You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show. It's great to have you along with us here at BRFM. And now it's time to hear the selection of interviews I did when I was out and about at the Forces Day event for the opening of Barton Court's Care Home Memorial Garden, celebrating residents' continuing creativity. This is what happened when I was there and who I spoke to. Firstly, Joe, if you could let us know about the project.
The project is called Lapwing, and it's been running since, early-ish last year, and a number of artists at that point went through training for doing arts activities and working with people in care home settings, places like Age UK, day centres, and working particularly with people with dementia.
So tell us about today's event.
Today is in commemoration of Forces Day. It's at Barton Court Care Home, which is where the artists involved in this project for this year have been working since autumn of last year. So we have all sorts of things going on. There's music, there's representatives from the armed forces, and also the mayor has come to open the memorial garden. So it's in memory of World War I.
So we're now joined with Chris and Julie. Chris, tell us about your involvement in the project.
Yes, well, I've been helping with some of the projects. Apart from we sing songs with the residents here and teach them songs. They're all the old songs. The idea of doing the songs is to so that they will remember things from their past, and then we do lots of arts activities. We've made tissue paper flowers, we've made lovely hats, we've painted pebbles to go into the memorial garden, and today we've brought the Big Fish band as well, who we're going to sing the same songs that we've been doing with the old people and the residents here, so that it gives them a bit of extra fun.
So it's kind of been like a series of workshops over this period of time leading up to this?
Yes, that's right. We've been doing, we come once a fortnight at least, sometimes more. Sometimes some of us come to the dementia cafes as well, and we ask them what they would like to do, so that we're getting their input into the artwork that we do in the workshops.
Has there been any surprises working in this way?
Well, certainly. One of the lovely things that's been happening is that there's been a group of children, students from the Oasis Academy, and they've come and joined in, and that's really brightened it up, and they've had some quite interesting conversations with some of the residents here, and although the residents do need quite a lot of help mostly with doing the things, you get some that really have got pretty talented at doing bits and bobs,
and they kind of become more. I mean, for example, there's one lady that has trouble with one of her arms because she's had a stroke, but in doing these activities she's become more flexible, and there's it's the element of sociability about it that's really important. It helps with people's well-being, just to be able to talk, particularly as you say, intergenerationally, talk between the young ones and the elderly ones. That's been really great.
Has been really good, very good input from them.
So Julie, tell us about your role in the project.
Well, I've been working with Joe and Chris on the art side of things and joining in with the singing, which I love doing, but I'm not a very good singer. But it's been really good, and obviously it's something that's quite close to my heart because I'm my full-time carer for my mother who's got Alzheimer's and dementia, and she's been invited along to all the events, but bless her, she's always been a little bit shy. But I've really enjoyed doing some of the art projects, the hat making and the stones, the memory stones has been lovely, and the placemats that you did in the garden. We all made placemats with photographs from which they'd got, which helped them remember, and they shared their memories with us, didn't they? Which was absolutely very touching, really lovely. So it's been, brilliant from my perspective, and it's been really good.
So it's been kind of bringing your skills here.
Yes, yeah. We've all brought different things to the table, so to speak, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to sort of cover or let our listeners know about?
We are always open to other people approaching us to run projects. I know the Big Fish group are very active and do a lot of singing and visiting, don't you? So, and Joe and I, we're always looking for ways
we can help.
Yes.
Yes. And also, I mean, we could do with other volunteers. We have
That's a good point,
a couple of ladies who come and join in with the projects, and it would always be lovely if any other people would like to come along and help, because a lot of the activities we do, you really need one-to-one with the ladies, because they find dexterity with their fingers is difficult, and they just like to have somebody to talk to.
I was going to say, well, it sounds nice. It's been a long-term project, because some of those projects sort of happen, they come and go, as it sounds like you've all had a chance to spend time over a period of time to get to know the people involved and really work with them.
I mean, that's one thing that I am, and we all are, really keen on. Sometimes art projects, they bring in artists from away from the area, they come in, helicopter them in, they do something, off they go, and you never see them again. We like to think that what we do leaves a legacy of knowing the people, and that's one of the really most important things.
I think so.
And that's why we like doing it on the Isle of Sheppey. We did the training elsewhere in Canterbury, but we've all come back to the Isle of Sheppey because that's where we live.
Well, I'd like to thank you all very much for taking the time out to talk to me.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much, Daniel.
So you are at the moment hearing the selection of interviews I did when I was out and about at the Forces Day event for the opening of the Barton's Court Care Home Memorial Garden, celebrating residents' continuing creativity. The music you could hear in the background of those last few interviews was from the Salvation Army Band from Sittingbourne, who were there at that event playing in the background. I next moved to the courtyard where the sculpture was sited to talk to the artists involved in that. So firstly, if the both of you could introduce yourselves to us.
Yeah, hi there, I'm Mark Goldsmith.
I'm Leslie O'Brien.
So tell us about yourselves firstly, as an introduction to our listeners.
Well, I'm a welder fabricator by trade. I work over in Sittingbourne as a day-to-day basis, and I do this really as a hobby, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I do it part-time, yeah.
And I'm a glass artist. I work with glass fusion, which is fusing glass together at high temperatures.
So tell us about the piece that's here.
I just make the poppies. I've made the flower heads from glass, and Mark's made the water feature.
Yeah, we got the call from the person that runs this, Elaine Bashford, and she'd got some work to get the garden together, and we just wanted to get something that would work and make people think and remember and bring smiles to their faces at the end of the day, which it seems to be doing. So I'm quite pleased with the outcome. And luckily I knew Leslie from craft fairs that we'd done, and she very kindly sort of decided to make some, and it's worked really well. I'm really pleased with it.
So you had to work together to work out how it would be designed then, basically?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, it was a bit of a jump into the unknown with the water feature. I've only done a couple in my working career, and it was a jump into the unknown, but yeah, it just... With all artists, it comes out of your head, the design, the style, and what have you, and it was just lucky that, say, I knew Leslie and knew her work, so it just worked together. Yeah.
So with your work, is it the kind of thing you do floral, or do you work all different areas?
Different kinds of glass fusion, from small coasters up to Christmas decorations and big installations.
So do you have a website where people can see that kind of work?
I do have a website, yeah, it's leslieo'brienglassart.com.
And do you have anything at the moment?
Not at the moment, no. It's work in progress at the moment. It will be woods and ore, creative metalwork and woodcraft, but yeah, it's not up and running as of yet.
So do you think the both of you'd work together on another project now you've done that?
No, I'd like to, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, we have talked.
Yeah,
but
something else.
But it depends if the commission came in at the end of the day, and yeah, it'd be nice because I love the two bits, the two medium together, the glass with the stainless steel. I think works fantastically. So yeah, it's very pleasing.
Well, thank you very much, both of you, talking to me.
Thank you.
So a selection of students from the Oasis Academy have also been involved in this project, and I caught up with a few of them with their teacher at the event to talk to them all about what they've been doing during this project. Right, so if all three of you could just introduce yourselves firstly.
Sinead Hubbard.
Lena Modzińska.
Michael Balbo.
So tell us about your sort of role and involvement in this project.
Well, we've been coming here every other Wednesday, basically, and we've been doing drawing, making stuff, and
more creative things, like I don't know, hats for this, for the
So what have you sort of learned by doing this?
I learned a lot of doing the paper flowers, for example, like crafty things, which is really cool.
So I assume you've been working with some of the artists. What's that been like?
It's been really good because it's shown us lots of things how we can change in our own when we're at home and stuff.
So this project has happened over a series of weeks rather than something happening really quickly. Has that made you feel you've had time to be involved and watch it progress, and resulting in some of the stuff that's here today?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good and exciting, and I had a really good time in here. Yeah.
So is there anything you sort of gained experience-wise?
I've become more confident in myself and around everyone. And
I was more confident. I was learning from crafting and was confident with more people. Yeah.
I think it helps a lot with the dementia work that we do. We got these little badges for it as well.
Paul, your sort of involvement, how's that worked?
I've worked with Barton Court for a lot of years because we do dementia work, obviously at school, dementia cafes, things like that. And we have students who come here on work experience as well. So Barton Court support us, particularly Elaine Bashford, and we try and support Barton Court in their work. So they'll be coming to our dementia cafe on July the 4th at school. And it's just part of our work in the community and something that's very important to us. Recently, some of these students have been involved with working with the Halifax Building Society in Sheerness and raised £400 for dementia care. So, yeah, it's just part of their all-round education. I think it's very important that, yes, qualifications are important, but rounding their education is very important as well, I think, and this is part of doing that.
So experiencing it and coming out into the real world.
It is, and it's realising that there are people who are less fortunate than themselves in the world, and it lets them get a balanced view of life, and I think it helps them to become. Oasis believe in people being the best person they can be. You're seeing the best people that they can be today again with them. Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.